Hey guys, I found my grinder. Last week there was a sort of a no video because I couldn't find it. I looked behind me over here at my forge, and I looked on my desk, although you can see there's a lot of shit over here that maybe should be put away. And I looked in my toolbox. Couldn't find it anywhere. Turns out it was in the bottom drawer of the toolbox, which I didn't look at because I had all this stuff stacked in front of it. So, found it. Cut off that piece of plate. There it is right there. And the piece that I cut off. And I welded a little bit of a tubing in front of it. And I gotta be careful, there's actually some water in here right now. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. So I welded the bottom plate on. I know it looks like crap, but I'll explain that in a second. Actually, that side's not so bad. We'll stay on that side. Welded a little hook on, welded two arms on, but I gotta straighten this one out a little bit. This is going to become a new crucible. The old one is here. I'm still going to use that one, but what I've done is taken and turned the forge. It was, this hole on the top was facing forward, so I've taken and turned it up. And this guy is going to drop in the top of the forge. It's going to rest on these hooks. I'm going to build a little grabber tool that I can, it has two arms that come down and a handle in the middle, and I'll be able to grab those, hook for the back, fill it full of pop cans, melt some aluminum, because I have a shitload of pop cans. I did an experiment, beginning of the summer, I think, maybe a little earlier than that, trying to determine how much aluminum you could get out of 100 pop cans. Maybe I'll put a link to it, I don't know. But just judging from those 100 cans, how much space they took up, I would estimate I have somewhere in the range of maybe 3,500 cans. Which all told is probably over 100, maybe 150 pounds of aluminum. Yeah, 150 would be a good number. But anyways, it's not worth anything as cans. I would get from 150 pounds of cans, I would get $40 ish, $50. But as cast items, I can quintuple that price. So this guy is just not efficient enough. I can only put 6 cans in it at one time. I gotta wait till they melt down, put 6 more in. It takes forever. I'm hoping that with this guy and some sort of feed tube, I can put, I can have cans constantly dropping in. With this one, I have to, because the forge blows from the top, I should just do it over here. The forge blows from the top. So when I put those 6 cans in on the top, they cause an insulation type deal. They insulate the aluminum below from the heat. So I have to put them in. I have to clear the dross. I have to wait for the aluminum to heat back up again. Put a few more in. With this one, the heat should be blowing. Come back here. It should be blowing right about this height. which will be great because it'll allow me to build up a little bit of aluminum in the bottom here and still have the heat blowing directly at the cans that are sitting there. So hopefully it'll work okay. Now, to the welding issues. I welded this thing when it was on its side, which was my first mistake. I should have welded it when it was upright like this. My welder, it's actually humming over there. I'm sorry if that's bothering you. It does have the capacity to use gas, but I don't use gas on it. I use a shielded core wire. I don't know. No, I can't even show you. It's a big 10-pound spool of shielded core wire. So that's the BBs. You'll see the splatter all along here. All that. That's because I use that wire. If I used a gas wire, it would be quite a bit better. It would look quite a bit better. Now, the reason it looks like crap is I welded it, and then, like I said, I put water in it to check for leaks. And where I found a leak, I ground it down, put a couple spots. This is a repair here. This is a repair here. I got a little repair there and there. And this what I thought was a leak. No, this was what I thought was a leak. So I just put a little spot on there. As I was welding the whole thing, there was a little bit of a pinhole. But this one here, I had to grind down and refill like 3 times. I thought the leak was coming out on this side, but it was actually over here, and it was flowing across the top of the weld and then dripping down. So we're all good now. I've been standing here for about 20 minutes plus the 7-ish minutes that I've been filming, and I haven't seen a single bead of water. So I think we're good. We will have some melting aluminum for you next week, assuming that I don't get called away for something. My arm is starting to bother me, and that's still very warm. But I think that's it. There was something else that I wanted to mention, but I can't remember what it is. So, you guys have yourselves a good day.